Brian J. Charles out of North Memphis. It's been a couple of weeks, I think, since I did a live video. At any rate, me and baby, we still dealing with the issues that we have been dealing with really since we met each other 20 years ago. Of course, the aggressiveness has receded. Some. She picks her spots. Amy Weirich is the she I'm referencing. She picks her spots when she want to nitpick. And just say, I'm going to give you an example. Me and baby, we were trying to get a little help through the Catholic diocese there on Jefferson, where you see the people out getting their free lunches, Jefferson and Cleveland. So we were, some kind of way, we got a little bird told us if we go over there, we may could get some help with housing. So we get in there. We noticed that the lady didn't even, she tried to move that Miss Weirich's people tried on us in San Diego, California in July of 2020 when the guy came out and he had 2 applications. Me and my wife married, been married for 19 going on 20 years. So this lady there at the Catholic diocese, she came out, she had one form. I noticed when me and baby be in those types of settings, they got people in the back that's be really controlling them out, and the interviewer is just really just a duck, a pawn, if you will. There to take the blame once I go live and the right people hear me talking about this fraud and all this especially activated identity theft, cyber gang stalking that Miss Weirich continues to put down on me and the missus as we go to try to access our lives, our hard-earned cosmetology credentials, unemployment insurance monies, disability, Social Security. She's seized our Social Security numbers. That's where all the money is. I see where the Robert Kennedy Jr. there with the Health and Human Services. They have uncovered all type of fraud and waste. They didn't go, I don't think they went into the specifics on the particular cities where this fraud and waste is being located and rectified at. At any rate, they need to check Shelby County. This place where Miss Weirich and them have been in control now for 30 years. Didn't no money move not unless Miss Weirich and her people gave the green light on it. All the stolen money, the city of Memphis is feigning incompetence that they don't know where the money is. Check with Miss Weirich's criminal enterprise. If y'all really trying to solve and rectify some of these issues that are facing the Memphians today. So I'm a little disgruntled this morning. I'm not at my best. As me and baby been panhandling, we started off here in Memphis. We've been here a couple of months. We started off down at Poplar and Perkins Extended. We looked up, the windows closed. We noticed that as they were in the windows, we are just panhandling, trying to keep and maintain a roof over our head. We noticed that the windows employees, they can't do their jobs. Kind of was like they were in Jonesboro. Everybody on their cell phones. These pink cell phones. So we looked up. Windows was closed. People were so used to windows being open. Me and baby were looking, they still just turning robotically, turning in the driveways, going around and can't believe this place is closed. But me and baby, as we've been dealing with this cyber gang stalking and we've been blowing the whistle on it, shortly thereafter, these places are shut down. Miss Weirich and her people still able to control the narrative and to spin it whichever direction away from them, of course. It's always some type of administrative move, but it's really the federal government is going to take you, Miss Weirich. Keep going. Keep stalking and pursuing Brien and Tennise Robinson Charles. I was talking about the lady there at the Bonicia is the lady's name. But the lady, Miss Linda, was over the program, I believe, because Miss Linda hit the door with such a angst and basically just handed me a card. Me and baby then came way from where we are to go over there to try to get this help. Miss Weirich stalking the cell phone like she's been stalking every phone we've had for the last 20 years. Miss Weirich is a heinous criminal. When it all comes out, I guarantee you'll find Miss Weirich has been involved in kidnappings, all types of shit. This is a diabolical entity. I'm telling you what I know. I didn't read this out of the books. I know the people there at Harvard had some scathing observations they made of Miss Weirich. I'm not speaking on that. I'm speaking on my experiences, me and this lady. So as we go anywhere we go to try to get help, Miss Weirich got the people getting our information so she can keep on with her criminal enterprise and keep on opening these accounts. They discovered so many criminal enterprises there in Jonesboro prior to us leaving. Sheriffs, people at the park, a lot of different people bit the bullet prior to us being cyber gang stalked out of Jonesboro, Arkansas, a vicious racist town. One that Miss Weirich and her people can set up shop and y'all won't even know they're there. Because they got people there to kind of insulate them from prosecution. When you have law enforcement involved in their crimes. So me and baby back in town, Miss Weirich would send various police that she still have on the force up under her, at us, to harass us. And we're tired of Miss Weirich's diabolical ass being able to pull off all these crimes, targeting us, and we still crying, motherfuckers getting food stamps, our disability, unemployment insurance, everything. And Miss Weirich and her people sit like they're law-abiding people. It's the worst criminals God made. I don't believe God made these. So I was up this morning a little disgruntled. I was over in Hollywood a couple of weeks ago. I got to interact with my guy Glenn and Glenn Starks and Daryl and Don and Eddie and the Starks family. My guy Diz and Mickey Pooh. I got to see a lot of my guys being part. A lot of my guys was there. I was actually going out there because me and baby have to continue to meet an obligation in this room. So as I sat there, I got to enjoy myself. Glenn told me to sit right with him. In retrospect, he wanted me to be with the person who the whole thing was functioning around. Glenn thinks a lot of me. I think a lot of Glenn. I played a few cards. I seen some guys I went to elementary school with, grew up with. Anytime you go out into society when you're around a lot of people of color, you're going to find some people that going to be hating on you just for you to still be in the game. And they know a lot of, I ain't going to call the person's name, but right there at the end, I had been over there. I had the thing I hadn't really enjoyed myself to such an extent. I got me a few shots of Moet in me. Drinking me a couple shots of yak. And I wasn't trying to get drunk, so I was on that Bud Light. I wasn't trying to drink no Budweiser or nothing. But I would enjoy myself overall. I wasn't afraid, wasn't no fear of no sudden attacks. To be honest with you, that experience there is one I hadn't experienced. I was telling my wife in over 20 or 30 years when I go out in a social setting, and I'm not staying at where the social setting is. That was one that I can really say that, hey, man, I got to sit there, man. I had a couple motherfuckers to walk up and ask me what I'm smiling for. Kind of dumb-ass shit is that. But, again, you got some people, they still trapped in 1980s and back further than that. Here you are trying to be a good, trying to finish strong in your life, right here in the middle of portion of your life, and you got people who still trapped. And you have to deal with these people. You can't just lash out at them. So I was talking about the end of the evening over there with Glenn. I had a great time. So I looked up. I don't know how. This guy got up on me. Me and this guy, he never really ran with me, but we was out of Hollywood together, and he had always, and he got support even now. And that's who kept him up. It wasn't that he had the wherewithal to hold himself up. He have a group of people around him who, they'll get it and they'll make sure he don't fall over. He got a lot of brothers and sisters and different ones who still around. And I don't have that. So you catch an old guy like him, he eased up on me. He told me somebody wanted my first rodeo. I didn't understand where he was coming from. But he popped up, it was at the end of the night. So instead of me getting a ride back to baby, I had been away from my wife all that day over in North Memphis. She don't like me to go to North Memphis, but I felt like if I can get over in there, I can get a gap out of one or two of my guys, Larry, Nate, a couple of them will help me. You know, if I can get up on them, get up around them. So this guy popped up out the blue. I really went back into my phase where I was trying to get back to baby. He walked right up on me and he kind of accosted me, caught me off guard, and really tried to act like I had done something wrong to him or something. I believe he was sent. See, when you don't make yourself, you have to go when people send you. When your livelihood and your upkeep is based on externals, others, family, or foes, or friends, or whatever, then you got to do what they tell you to do. So my guy Dez, I was playing cards, just socializing, relaxing. And I looked up Dez and showed up. He had his cell phone. He was filming me. He was filming the party, but I noticed it was right by me. Dez, I was telling my wife, Dez was the first one who took me to treatment many years ago. I was about 15 or 16 then. And he was younger than me. He's younger than me now. So I think a lot of Dez saw his dad, Mr. Ferris. He raised me up. So I got to see Blue. He's still in the wheelchair, but he's going to be fine. Being part of, afterwards, I heard that he had some type of medical scare. I hope he was able to bounce back all the way. Police said that he did get back up and get going. I'm just working, man, to get my life out of these people's hands where I can enjoy my life like I see those people able to do and get together and socialize and get back in their vehicle and go back and go on to their homes, got their loved ones with them, some of them. I don't know who that gentleman was who hosted the function, was cooking it, him and his wife, but they did a tremendous job. I got to see my guy Dre Day a lot. I got to see a lot of my guys who I grew up with and came up over them. So overall, I had a great time, but I hadn't been on Facebook since then because I've been going through, man. It's hard to continue to press forward when a motherfucker keeping their foot on your neck won't let you breathe. It's a sure testament to the power of this force that keeps me going that I continue to go forward today. I have to labor daily to not go into depression. Standing with a sign, I got to fly a sign, but I'm worth millions on paper. But you got public officials out of Little Rock and Memphis, Tennessee that has been able to steal our lives and wax rich off them while they stalk us and seek to cause us harm when we leave out of this city here. And we'll try shit in this city, look like it. By the grace of God, the most honorable Steve Mulroy is there in office, and he does have some integrity. But what he really brings to the table is justice and law. Real law. Not this nepotism, cronyism, vicious racism. Communism even. Fascism. Out of Bill Gibbons and Chris Kraft and people like Amy Weirich. These are some diabolical entities here. I'm telling you what I know. I ain't telling you something I've heard. I hadn't checked recently. I hadn't seen where they got any of the men out of the back of the penitentiary, or the men and women of color who Miss Weirich and these ones I've named. And some of them have gone on to the other side, and they have in turn people of color ain't done nothing. Their only crime was coming in there, and these people are some satanic, racist people, and they'll destroy your life. But they'll keep using your social security number now. You can't flip a burger because that social security number worth money. We control that. We got people in Idaho, Maine, New York, different places being you and your wife while we stalk the goddamn life out of you every step you take. Cyberly and physically. And we're tired of the state of Tennessee. All these federal agents on the ground and Miss Weirich still free. We hadn't seen all them people in behind the podium taking this satanic, racist criminal. Malfeasant. What are you saying, baby? And she continues to stalk us. She able to access all the TVs and cell phones in the United States of America. You all still enabling her to practice law somehow. So I'm going to get off here. I don't think I'm I might read the daily reflections. And I'm going to get out of here. Me and baby. And go baby right here. And we just doing what we can, again, always to maintain our sanity and continue to press forward. We coming in, this is June the 29th. I got this gentleman I grew up under him. His birthday is coming up on him. I'm wishing him a happy birthday. I ain't hard-hearted like a lot of them are. So I wish him a happy birthday. June 28th. The determination of our founders. Of course, I'm in the daily reflections. Yeah, but I had a real good time, man, and it's been a long time since I've been able to have a good time like that over there with Glenn and them, and the biggest part I enjoyed was, again, I hadn't even been able to go into a north side or a Cypress function with all those old heads because I really didn't feel no need to be in their intimacy because I just don't see where I would benefit from it. Spiritually, socially, in no way. But I think my spirit kind of was altered for the better in my time there over there. Because those guys, man, I told them when I first got back in town and I went over there to see Glenn and them, I was telling them how really the reason why I'm sitting here now, 58 years young, is because of Glenn and them, man, being part of them, man. Because I was young when I encountered those people. 10, 11. And I went over into crack when I was about 14 or 15. It's been a lot of killings and assaults associated with the crack cocaine epidemic. That thing Mr. Carruthers dealing with right now there in Memphis, here in Tennessee, with the botched, what was that? They attempted to death penalty him, but of course it didn't work. That's derived from the crack cocaine epidemic. Again, the ramifications of the crack in the inner cities, people of color, they hadn't been evaluated to their fullest extent this morning. Because we have thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not, hundreds of thousands of people, I guarantee you, there are in the penitentiary for crack. And then you got so many millions, I'm sure, buried under the ground as a direct, indirect result of crack cocaine in some way. So, the ramifications, full ramifications, we hadn't gotten to them yet. Maybe we never will. At any rate, those guys were right there. I saw Mookie. He was over there. Mookie came up. I love Mookie too. Mookie was there at the greenhouse with me. And Mookie came up. I think it was me, Mookie, and Bean Pot was standing there. And Mookie, it may have been Mickey Pooh, but my guy, Mookie said, I don't love this old nigga, didn't he? Hound the one brought me into Hollywood. My guy Hound, God rest his soul. My wife, she looking at me in some kind of way. But I enjoyed just being around those guys, and they reminiscing. And Mr. Farris let me know that even though he was looking at Mr. Farris OG, I've always admired Mr. Farris. But when I got over to him, and when I seen him there, I got over to him, and when I let him know, when I leaned in on him, he let me know that what he saw, he appreciated what he saw in me, and he hadn't seen me in the past. Again, his son was the first one who took me to treat me. He had saw my ass tore up like a can of crap when I used to go up. It wasn't B-52 back then. It was something else, but Mr. Farris, right there, we was right there. That's where we used to hang out at, up in that area. That's a Hollywood mainstay right there. So when he was able to endorse me, I still was able to go away from there, and I went right over into the depression. But I needed that, what he gave me, and I'm going to take it on with me. And that'll carry me further than the depression. So I'm going to get into this reading. I'm going to get out of here. But I really can't complain, man. Most High God has been real good to me. You see. I've been studying. I go on YouTube, me and baby. We watch YouTube and we see where we have the opportunity on YouTube to study a lot of different materials, and then they coming through that this Joker guy, he been talking about, he pinpointing different things about persons' lives, and a lot of what he's sharing coincides with my life. Me and baby have yet to see the fruition of all this good that all these seers are seeing coming my way. Just my good, me and her good that we've earned. We ain't looking for no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Hell, we didn't put the work in required to have a home, a car, and be able to jet set and go wherever the hell we want to go. But unfortunately, Regis Salon, in conjunction with Amy Weirich, ex-Shelby County District Attorney, has made it their business to seize all of that monetary, and through the government, all of it, into stalkers, unmercifully, and block us from accessing it. And this is especially aggravated identity theft, especially aggravated cyber gang stalking, especially aggravated mail and wire fraud. You see, all these things. Especially aggravated Social Security fraud, especially aggravated tax fraud. You see, we ain't talking about no small shit. They settled all our cases and took all that money. We ain't got a dime of it. I worked out there at Federal Express for 90 days through this prestigious placement pilot that Miss Weirich had set up out on Director's Row. All that money taken, all that going toward me taken. 10 months at Rendezvous, all that money taken. 3 months at BB King's on Bill, not in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. All that money, all those positive actions taken from me. Why Miss Weirich tried to trumpet this rapist, and she don't prosecute the rapist now. That's why Miss Fletcher's no longer with it, because Miss Weirich let Cleophas go and call him when the other girl came in and reported the rape. She's into the pedophilia and all kind of sexual deviancy. Miss Weirich and her husband are into that.
Good morning. Yeah, I think what makes this just extra dangerous is the week that it is itself, which is into
20 years of obstruction of justice out there with the molestation of the children out there at the Southern Baptist Convention. Well, who was in the office as the prosecutor? The one who could have prosecuted. That's the only one who can obstruct justice. The very one who was supposed to be prosecuting. Nobody else can obstruct justice there in Shelby County. Oh, no stuff like that. And this bitch will come cross country and pursuing me way in San Diego, California, talking about some motherfucking cop, satanic whore. Transporting my body across 6 state laws with fraudulent documents. That ought to be a capital offense where they put this bitch in Guantanamo Bay. Says the 29th, baby. Oh, it's the 28th? 29th. A rippling effect. Having learned to live so happily, we show everyone else how. Yes, we of AA did dream those dreams. How natural that was, since most alcoholics are bankrupt idealists. So why shouldn't we share our way of life with everyone? 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 156. The great discovery of sobriety led me to feel the need to spread the good news to the world around me. Sobriety is a state that, honestly, I had never been able to encounter it and embrace it wholeheartedly. Just being honest. That's one of the reasons I'm doing the video. Honesty is a part of the recovery process. It's the only process that you got to be 100% in. Step one. At any rate, that's an ideal for me. Sobriety. Total abstinence from